You know, I don't often talk about anime, maybe I should. But the question becomes, do I dive into the flooded septic tank of current titles that seem more focused on being algorithms with waifus? Or do I dig through the forgotten vaults of half-finished cult classics? Or, and here's a wild idea, do I just talk about whatever the hell I want, whenever I want? Yeah, we all know I'm going to pick option 3, obviously. So let's start with something. Shameless. And I mean gloriously shameless. An anime that proudly walks the line between power fantasy and bathhouse brochure. The kind of show that's less about plot and more about physics, breast physics, that is. It's a harem action series and it knows exactly what it is, an unapologetic, gleeful, panty-shot-laden, big-hearted and big everything-else battle royale of waifus. You know the type. The kind where everyone's fighting over the protagonist, not because he's charismatic or decisive, but because plot says so, and hormones. But here's the kicker. It works. Not because it's subtle, not because it's deep, but because beneath all the bouncing and blushing, it dares to do something that most shows of its genre forget. It cares about its characters, about its weirdly detailed world, about the tragic backstories nestled between shower scenes and strategically ripped clothing. For all its titillation and tired tropes, this series never forgets to give its cast emotional arcs, personal growth, actual stakes. And that, my friends, is what elevates it from bargain bin ecchi to cult status guilty pleasure. And then it stops. Promising a return, teasing more. Even flashing that smug little to be continued, like it didn't just leave us cold, alone and plot-starved. And here we are, over a decade later. Waiting for an ending that's never coming. Welcome to the Snake Pit, where we're full of bile and venom. I'm your host, Snake Daemon, and today we're diving into the gloriously ridiculous, shamelessly horny, and emotionally sabotaging world of a certain harem anime that did everything right until it ghosted us like a bad Tinder date. Let's talk about that show. You know the one with the 108 superpowered alien waifus, all vying for a kiss-powered contract with some shy loser who failed his entrance exam twice. The one where every girl is either adorably innocent, explosively tsundere, or suspiciously into bath time. Right, so this is the one where a mysterious megacorp forces these so-called sekirai into a gladiator-style deathmatch, and our protagonist, who, by all logic, should be vaporized by episode 2, somehow ends up building a harem of emotionally damaged supergirls with, like, zero effort. Yeah, it's that kind of show. Honestly, it shouldn't work, it really shouldn't, and yet somehow it does. The fights are, well, solid. The animation, while not exactly cutting edge, actually holds up for the era, which is a bit surprising. The designs are memorable. The opening theme is a banger, and the girls, while obviously built for fan service, have more emotional depth than, I don't know, half the casts of modern seasonal anime combined. They laugh, they cry, they fear death, betrayal, loss. They form actual bonds with one another. They aren't just walking chest measurements, they're people. With trauma, with dreams, and with the occasional shower scene. Okay, frequent shower scene. And beneath all the ecchi nonsense, there's a surprisingly cohesive arc about identity, freedom, and fighting for the right to choose who you are, even if you're being manipulated by a bleach-haired tech mogul cosplaying as Willy Wonka's sadistic cousin. It's dumb, it's smart, it's horny, it's heartfelt, it's the kind of anime that gives you emotional whiplash after a scene where a girl literally rocket punches another woman's bra off. And then it ends, just like that. Season 2 wraps up with the promise of escalation, of war, of revelation. It literally ends on a cliffhanger with the characters getting ready for the next phase of the fight. And then silence. No season 3, no finale, no closure. Just a digital graveyard of expired Funimation licenses and fan petitions that were ignored harder than a Crunchyroll user's request for better subtitles. And yes, the manga exists, and yes, it finishes the story. But if you came for the anime, if you came for the animation, the voice acting, the music, or for that version, then you were left high and dry, like a beach episode with no fan service, like a bathhouse scene with no steam. Because this show, for all its cliches and cheesecake, deserved better. It deserved to finish. It earned that. But instead, it joined the long, depressing list of anime that threw up a to be continued, like it meant something, then disappeared into the mist. And we just moved on. Or did we? Maybe it's time to go back. Maybe it's time to talk about these forgotten titles. The ones that gave us everything and then left us on read. Thanks for dropping by the Snake Pit, where we thrive on untapped potential and lost opportunities. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, like the video, and leave your opinions in the comments, where, naturally, I won't read them. Until next time, stay venomous.